Hello there, and welcome to the Living Well cooking series. My name is Kary Sytsma. I am the Health and Wellness Coach over at the Health and Wellness Hub, and I'm here with the Director of Wellness, Natalie Knutson.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited about this.
Thanks for joining me. So the idea came about to do this because we just had such a great response from our Living Well series back in September on healthy cooking and preparation.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of questions on how does it actually look? Like how can I actually translate that into my own home?
Yeah, I think the Living Well education events are amazing, and there's a lot of great things that are covered, but it's a little bit overwhelming because we leave there with all these tools in our toolbox, and if you're like me and I'm just getting started, I kind of have to pick this apart. Right. So I'm super excited about this because it sounds like that's kind of what we're going to be doing, just breaking this all down and introducing it bit by bit.
Right, just so it's easy, it's translatable, and anyone can do it in their own home.
So as we go through the cooking series, is there like a certain diet that you follow or like a certain way of eating? So even today, as we head to the grocery store, like certain things to look for and things to avoid?
Yeah, there's a lot of conflicting information on what diet is the best out there. We just like to follow the USDA Healthy Mediterranean style pattern of eating. So that's going to be heavy on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean meats, and low-fat dairy products.
Okay.
It's similar also to the American Institute of Cancer Research New American Plate, and they recommend 2/3 of your plate be fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and beans, and then 1/3 or less animal protein.
This is cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so just what we're doing here is how are we able to do that in a practical way?
Sure.
So that's what we're here to show you.
And so what are we going to be doing today?
Well, today we're gonna focus on just two very basic things as an intro. One is how exactly do we get our recommendation of our servings of fruit and vegetables every day? So do you remember how many?
I believe 5 to 9. 5 is the minimum.
5 is minimum. Let's just
say
stick with
5.
5 cups of vegetables and fruit every single day. We also want to incorporate whole grains into our diet. So that's also a plant-based food.
Sure. So the first part, we're just going to learn about how do we prep, how do we make it accessible and easy.
Right.
And then we'll go into, you're going to show me how to put just an easy thing together.
Yeah, we're actually going to make an overnight oatmeal.
Awesome.
And I thought this was the easiest recipe in the world, but you would be amazed by how many questions that I actually received on that. And I can understand. So we're going to break that down and make it very doable.
And I'm sure we've got lots to talk about as we do that.
Right.
So, cool.
Right.
Well, let's take a peek in the fridge, and we're going to just start there. The very basics of how do you get all this prepped? How do you make it look good?
Yeah.
And just on our healthy path to have good eating.
Sounds good. Okay. Let's take a look.
All right.
All right, so here is one example of a healthy refrigerator. There is no right or wrong way to do it. This just happens to be the way I set mine up. Even though we're in Natalie's kitchen, mine looks very similar. So I set some time, maybe Sunday afternoon, or if everything goes well, ideally right after I get home from the grocery store. I want to wash all my vegetables right away and set them in containers so they're ready to go. I call these my healthy starts. So basically I can build numerous recipes off of the vegetables that are already prepped and ready to go. We have that here. You can see we've got grains, beans, more grains, leafy greens, and a variety of vegetables here. But for now, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the fruit today. So the recipe we're creating today is just a simple version of overnight oatmeal. Now I picked this because I hear often, I don't have time to eat a healthy breakfast. And I hear people grabbing, quick snacks that are just full of sugar and empty carbs that we just don't need in the morning. So,
well, I'm happy that you're showing us this because I hear about it over and over, but I personally have never made one of these before.
Right.
So I'm thrilled to just see how quick and easy this really is.
Well, truthfully, you can put about 3 days worth of breakfast together in, well, you'll see, less than 2 minutes.
Okay.
So we're gonna start here with oatmeal.
Okay. So when you're looking at oatmeal, I see here you've got the steel cut oats, quick cooking. Is there anything particular to look for, or what are your thoughts on that?
That's a great question. My personal preference is a quick cooking steel cut oats for this recipe because I like how it holds up and I like the texture. But there is no difference nutritionally if you want to use just regular old-fashioned oats or even quick cooking old-fashioned oats. I don't recommend using regular steel cut oats. They just won't, they won't get soft enough.
Got it. That's easy enough.
All right, perfect.
Okay, so what's next?
So you put a 1/4 cup of oatmeal in the jars. Now we're going to add 1 tablespoon to each jar of chia seeds.
And you're gonna give us this recipe at the end of the show.
Yeah,
So
that'll be posted.
okay.
All right, and then we're also going to add 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed. Now the reason we're adding this is because this just boosts the fiber content in our oatmeal.
Okay.
You might not realize this, but we need 25 to 35 grams of fiber every single day. On average, Americans get about 15 grams.
Okay, and so now February is Heart Healthy Month.
Yeah.
And then March, I believe,
Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month.
So I'm assuming high fiber diet helps with both of those things.
Yep, that's the benefit of eating well. It's going to cover all of those chronic health diseases that are so prevalent in our healthcare system. In fact, 70 to 80% of all healthcare spending is related to chronic disease.
Wow. So 70 to 80% of what we're spending is essentially preventable to some degree.
To some degree,
Yeah.
What we're doing will really help to reduce the risk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the last step here is simply to add almond milk.
Okay.
If you prefer, you can use water. I just like the taste, but it's entirely up to you what you would like to do.
Sure.
Now typically with oatmeal, you would do 1 part to 2 parts. We're actually doing 1 part to 3 parts because we added the chia seeds and the ground flaxseed, and so that's going to absorb a lot of the extra liquid.
And so you said to do about 3 days worth. So if somebody were to want to prep for all 5 days of the week, those last couple jars might not be too great.
It might not be too great.
Okay.
So, but you can see here, it's quick enough that you could throw this together even right before bed.
Right. Do you have any just tidbits of why to make sure you get a good breakfast at the beginning of your day? I mean, it kind of kicks you off to a good start, obviously.
It is. We have to remember that food is our fuel. That's what gives us energy to sustain us throughout the day. Not to mention, when we're eating a breakfast like this, and we're starting off with, just so you know, this will be nearly 16 grams of fiber.
I was gonna ask you.
After we add the berries. That's going to get us through to lunchtime. We're not going to feel that mid-morning slump. We're not going to want to be reaching for the kind of snacks that we don't need. So it's a really good habit to get into.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, so I mean, we're shooting for 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. So I mean, this looks like at least a cup.
Yep, it's
awesome.
a cup.
So
and
that's
easy. That was just frozen mixed berries that I had thawed ready to go. You really could just take it right out of the freezer and put it in. And then we just give it a good shake. I'm not going to add anything to these 2 because I'm not sure what kind of a mood I'll be in.
Sure.
Maybe I'll add banana. Sometimes I just add a tiny little scoop of jam to give it some flavor, but I do like to add the fruit when I can.
Sure. So yeah, this is super easy, accessible. All these foods are accessible, and I like that you said that your fruits are frozen, because I think sometimes people avoid eating healthy thinking it's just way more expensive, and in the winter it can be. It's nice to be reassured that frozen is okay too.
Yeah, absolutely. So frozen berries, frozen peaches.
Yep, awesome.
Whatever you want.
Well, thank you so much for having me today, and I can't wait to see what's next and how this evolves, and we're going to be shooting this out to the community, and we'll see what kind of questions we get, and This is just really fun.
Yeah, we look forward to your feedback. Have a great day.
Thank you.